All right, welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, it's February 9th. Welcome to this week's community call. We used to call these things the core chat, but now I think we've just really settled on the community call, which I think makes sense. Yeah, it should be we have a few updates, important ones and just some lighter hearted ones. And we have a few questions, but overall, I don't think it should be too big of a call. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the announcements on the technical side of things. Brenda, JG, I know you guys have some stuff to share.
So the biggest thing this week for us, guys, we had to implement a fix over the weekend, and we made the community aware of it. Please go and vote. Our
I think we've lost her. Is it just me or?
No, yeah,
okay.
I think.
Hold on, Brenda, you're lagging.
It's up with the
Spit it out, Brenda.
Well, I go over it basically. There was a bug.
Well, before you, JG, if you didn't hear, we do have a current upgrade that is live. Voting is live on this.
Please do that. Let's little rundown. Hello?
Brenda, you're lagging.
We haven't heard anything you said.
Yeah.
Take it away, JG, because yeah.
Okay. So basically, during the weekend, last week we found a bug in our current v2.6 smart contracts. It's not serious, but it's somewhat serious. But the end result is that the upgrade we did for v2.6, which was supposed to fix the difficulty in the mining issue, ended up not fixing at all. So basically the origin of the problem is that in the first versions of Tellor, we used to round submissions by the minute. So if you submitted, for example, 1 minute and 55 seconds or something, we would round down to the minute. And that was done, I don't remember why it was always like that. But in the last update, v2.6, since it was kind of making difficult for us to making more complicated to compute the difficult changes, because the difficulty should change by the second, we decided to take that out, the rounding. So now all the the data points have a precise second they were submitted. The issue was that we have a verified nonce, which verifies if the submission, the result of the mining is correct, or if it's been more than 15 minutes since the last block. And if that's the case, there's no need to verify the nonce. So that was implemented, I think, in V2 because we were getting really long block times. So we wanted to have a mark that if it's past 15 minutes, then it's free to submit mining-wise. But in that function, we'll still round it down to the minute. So that calculation, if has been more than 15 minutes, kind of got flawed. And now if you submit within the same minute as the last fifth block, you don't need to provide a valid nonce. You can provide any nonce and your submission will go through. So basically what happens is if the fifth block of the last fifth slot of the last Tellor block happens, then my miners have the same minute to submit 4 slots basically for free. And then we keep hanging on the fifth slot, and that makes the difficulty go up again. So it's really high right now. And also it's not fair because it's basically just a gas race to see who can find who can submit faster than other people. And basically we're just changing the line. We are just suggesting it to account seconds in this calculation, and then hopefully we'll be back to what's supposed to be the v2.6. And so also, since the difficulty is pretty high, we're going to be manually setting during the upgrade as I think 1 billion or 1 trillion, I don't remember. So it doesn't take too long to go back down to manageable levels.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me now or no?
Yep, no, yes. You're good.
Okay, good. So that's the very first thing. Please go and vote. We cannot upgrade without your votes, so please please go and vote. And the next update on the technical side is we're going to be adding a new data feed. That's going to be a request ID 58, and that's going to be for the DeFi market cap. So for all you miners out there, keep a lookout. We'll be doing a release very, very soon. If not today, tomorrow, or sometime this week.
Yeah, I think it's today.
Today.
And also, just to notice, miners will need actually a API key from CoinMarketCap. The free one should do it, but you need a new API key to be able to submit ID 58.
Awesome. So, yes, I guess you guys have been warned. It'll come out this sometime today, and we'll post it everywhere so you guys can upgrade as soon as possible. And I think that's pretty much it for the technical details.
Yeah. One thing to note is that a lot of times, especially with these last few recent new data types we've added, ID 57 and 58 and a few others, we're adding these because users are requesting them. And so, we want to be as transparent as we can about like integrations that are ongoing. We want to move towards being more transparent about those things where we can. I mean, sometimes we're working with a project to integrate Tellor and it's not ready to be shared. There's still a lot of technical work to be ironed out before like making any sort of, announcement about it. But yeah, we have, it's really great when a user comes in and they have a new, maybe a novel data type that they want us to kind of figure out how we can bring on chain. And it becomes a really exciting task for us to create a solution for. And so ID 58 is a project is asking for DeFi market cap, and 57 is a project called, they already made this announcement on Twitter. XDEF. Yeah, they're starting to blend together. XDEF, who is looking for a total value locked on DeFi. Hold on, we got Alari joining, Johnny come lately. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you see us getting these new data types in. I think it's a really good sign. So we're really excited about it, and the more we add, the more we're sort of building out our capabilities as an Oracle. So it's really cool.
I just want to add to that, Mike. If you guys want to keep up to date with all of these updates, we generally post a TIP on our TIPs repo. So follow that if you want to, get some notifications on that.
Cool. Yep. Yeah. If you really want to keep up to, just get familiar with our sort of our GitHub repos. And that's probably the best place to figure out what we're doing as we're doing it. But of course, if you ask us, we're more than happy to continue to share about what we're doing, what we're up to. That's what these calls are for. Other things of note is the Encode Club Hackathon has finished, and we got our submissions this week. So we're going to review them. So if any of you guys watching were hackers and submitted, the announcement will be on the 23rd. Good luck to you guys. We haven't reviewed them yet, but we're excited to see what people built. And we had high hopes for that hackathon, and it was a good experience. And so we'll see how the submissions are. Also, EthDenver is currently ongoing. It's going on from last Friday to this Friday, so still a few more days left. It's a ton of fun, guys. It's free. If you haven't hopped in, it'll just take basically there's one link. You hop in, create an avatar. You can come visit the Tellor booth. At least Ryan and I are there most days, or every day we've been. But we've, members of the team hop in and out, and you can chat with us and show your support. Just this morning, we did a Name That Tune contest, and we're going to tweet out a screen share of it because it was a huge success. We just did a contest where everybody in the game had to move over to our booth, and we played 90s tunes, and people had to guess the name of the song and the name of the artist, and they won TRB. So we're giving away 10 TRB. today, and we had, I guess, how many winners did we have, Ryan?
We had 4. Someone won twice.
Yeah, one guy won twice, so good for them. So that person will get 4 TRB. That's legit. So we might do another one if we're feeling spunky. So stay tuned. You can win real TRB. But other than that, just come show your support. And it's even if that's not your cup of tea, like I think it's a really neat experience to sort of hop in this virtual castle. I'm really impressed with how it turned out. We've had a lot of good conversations with people. We had one of the founders of API 3 come over and hang out and talk with Ryan and I yesterday. Just shooting the shit, basically. It's as close as we're going to get to a in-person feeling conference where you can just sort of have neat conversations. We even had, it was a couple days ago, there was an impromptu concert by a bonfire on the patio where this guy was playing acoustic guitar and
Stairway.
there was about 15 people just listening, and he played Stairway to Heaven. It was pretty awesome. But anyway, it's a ton of fun. Hop in, and what else? I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Cool. So let's hop into the questions. Also, of course, I need to talk about, we have Nick's giving a talk tomorrow. I tapped my table, my dog goes nuts. Tomorrow, Nick is giving a talk about community currencies. Henry, come on in. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be, I think, 1:30 Eastern. So we'll send out a link for sure. So make sure that you guys watch, ask some questions. It's going to be on Twitch. And Brenda did a great job. Sorry, this is annoying. Brenda, will you share about your talk?
Yesterday I had a talk also for EthDenver, and it was basically going through an overview of different designs of oracles in the space. So I'm sure they're gonna post it somewhere at some point, and once we have a link, we'll share it with you guys. But yeah, it went pretty.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah.
Yep. It's content that we've done a couple times before, but it's like it's this beat, this drum beat we need to keep hitting because people need to remember about the oracles and the different types and the different ways that people are tackling this issue and what makes us different. And every time we've given this talk, I think it's like 4 times now at least, we have people that ask questions, that are new to the space, and that's a good sign.
I think it's pretty useful for builders since it's EthDenver still. So hopefully some people took that and actually look into that and put that at the forefront of their designs. We'll see.
Yep. You can what's the saying? You can lead a man to fish, or whatever it is. That's what we're trying to do. We're teaching a man to fish. Someone remember what that is.
Teach a man to fish, or no, give a man a fish, feed him for a day.
Yes,
Teach a man to fish, feed him for life.
There's something about a fish. All right, so let's hop into questions. We don't have many. We have 5 here. Let's see what they are. We always look at these questions like either we don't look at them beforehand or we look at them like right before the call. So I don't know what we got here. All right, so we got number 1 is why Binance does not use Tellor instead of Band as they invested in hold TRB. You might be referring to Binance Smart Chain. I don't think Binance themselves use Band in the way that you're thinking. But some projects, Band, Chainlink, a few other projects, they tend to move to as many places as they can, as fast as they can, whether or not the demand is there or not. And sometimes they have the resources to do it, or that's how they choose strategically to go out and do it. Our plan with Binance Smart Chain was to wait and see a little bit. We've been talking with Binance Smart Chain since before they even announced it existed. And we've recently revamped our conversations with them. And I think it's a good timing now to sort of revisit how things are going. We don't have the luxury to go everywhere. We talked about this a lot. So, you know, I assure you that Binance and Tellor still have a great relationship, and we talk about these things quite a bit with them. And so we're just waiting for the right time. It's not that we're, just not doing things. So just, keep that in mind, is that there's a lot of things that go into these decisions, and we just don't do it lightly. So, but stay tuned about that. Next question. When will you guys plan to get your project hyped with massive news to make investors happy? Take your time to visit the price channel and get to know how we are feeling. Brenda, do you have any thoughts on this?
Our main focus is to really deliver and provide something that is really useful to people and that actually improves the space. And I think that is going to eventually be reflected on our price and everything that we do. So, I mean, we try our best to do the, good marketing and honest marketing. So that's, those are my thoughts on that. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I mean, I hope you guys are doing good with, how you came to invest in us and be part of the community. But we definitely want to have continuous growth rather than like big hype cycles that, end up with people having back really high and then going back low and having just a lot of people really upset. I think we'd rather put in the legwork to have that continuous growth and long-term growth. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
we definitely are hearing you guys. So.
It's a tough one. We can't really, it's one of those things that we're like, we also can't talk to you guys. We know that a lot of our community members are investors in TRP, but we can't actually engage in giving you guys sort of appealing to the sort of speculator side of things. We can't give you trading advice and things like that. Like, we have to be very, very careful with how we interact with you guys about that topic. Like, we're limited. So we have to talk around the issue or the subject matter, if you will. But that said, I think, if you're in this community, I think and if you've been in this community for a long time, you're in this community because you believe in and sort of what we're building here and how we go about doing things and sort of the values of the community and our long-term approach. So that's the type of play we are. All right, next one is, how many peaches can I get for free? Millions. You can get millions of peaches for free. That's the only answer there. Okay, next one. Give me a reason for me and my team not to leave this project, which favors miners and has bug after bug in short term. This is altcoin season. You know what we need to do. Do you? Yeah, it seems like an investor that wants to be made happy. So I don't think we need to really rehash it. I don't know how you feel about the subject matter of bugs, JG or Brenda, since you guys, it's more in your realm. But I think wouldn't you say like bugs in these systems is really par for the course? It's really, it's not, does a bug exist? It's what you do and how you handle it when you find them. And, we're a very active project that is constantly working to make Tellor better and find issues, fix them, improve things, create new things. So I would think my advice would just be to watch us and see how we react to these things as they happen, and judge us that way.
And to be fair, we haven't really, our bug fixes, we're fixing our bugs and we're reacting quite quickly. The way that we update now is through a community vote, and it does make it a little bit slower, but it is more decentralized and it puts everything out there. It makes us be very transparent. And I think that in its own, I think it's really valuable for anybody within the Tellor community, just the fact that we're transparent about it. that we're doing all the work and we're doing all we can to actually get through these things. And
Yep.
to be fair, none of these bugs have really affected, our level of security. Like the cost to break Tellor is still pretty high. Like it's still gonna be high because the majority of our security falls on the ability to be able to dispute these values and be able to slash the miners. And that's still, you can still do that even though we have this little bug fix right now. You can still dispute and you can still get that data off chain and get, the miners penalized for providing bad data. And that's where the majority of our security falls. So yeah, I get that, we're doing updates, but I think, that's just part of any software, not just in blockchain, but in general software. That's the way it works. You iterate on it, you improve on it, and sometimes there's bugs and you just fix them. What would be really bad is that there will be a bug and we would just not fix it. That would be a bigger problem to have. But that's in my view. And I think that, we're trying everything that we can, so.
Yeah, we talked about really early on, we talked about aligning incentives between the devs and the token holders and the miners and just everyone involved in the network and having aligned incentives. And I think this is a great example of like, we are really incentivized to be as efficient and quick about making Tellor better in various ways. Had we done a huge pre-mine and raised a ton of money and, we'd be slower and it wouldn't really matter too much, because we would have already sort of made our way in the space. And so this is what I think the long and short of what Brenda was saying, this is what it looks like to be a decentralized software company. And it's interesting, but it's also really cool. The type of problems that we're tackling are awesome and really exciting, and no one has done them before, and no one has done them before in this way. And so, I would encourage you guys to look at it from that perspective because it's really cool. Last question is, can you elaborate more about adoption? How is Tellor nice to invest, if you don't mind? Thank you, guys. Again, we have to be delicate about pushing Tellor as an investment. We just can't give investment advice on Tellor. That said, adoption is our sort of our main, the main thrust of what we're up to right now. And we're in several conversations about getting Tellor adopted. And so we hope to have more information about those things soon. So stay tuned. I know we say that a lot. These things are slow. And we're going to do our best to make sure you guys know as much information as we can share when we can share it. So I think the whole community in crypto in general, it has a user problem. It's not that it's not a huge focus, but everybody's going after just a small amount of actual users. Meanwhile, there's a ton of investors and speculators that take up most of the space. And so I think what you guys can focus on is how are these teams doing things? How do they conduct themselves? What are the fundamentals? And I think that Tellor offers a lot for that. And so we're here and we're going to continue to build like we are, and just keep watching what we're doing. So, thank you. That's is there any questions in the chat? Any idea how much total value locked Tellor is securing? I don't think we have that metric. Do we? I don't think that metric is out there right now.
It would be very hard to calculate as well, because some people use more than one Oracle. So how do you get a value? Like if they use as a fallback to other Oracle. So it's a pretty hairy subject, I think. Not an easy number to come up with. Yeah.
I mean, you could use the number. He might be asking about like how many stake miners there are, and so that's how much total value is locked securing Tellor. if I'm reading your sentence a little bit backwards, but that is a metric we could find out very easily. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Yeah, me neither. I think there's in Doom Analytics. You just have
Yes.
to.
So you would look at how many stake miners there are times the cost of 500 TRB. You know, I think the metric to track in the future when the demand is there would be, you know, the average cost of a tip and things like that. I think that'll be exciting to see as more projects are competing for Tellor data and, you know, the sort of the marketplace for tipping and how that sort of plays out. But first things first, we have to increase demand. And so that's what we're focused on. All right, I think that does it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be uploading this to YouTube and sharing it with the channel. So I guess we'll wrap it up there. See you guys next week. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.